I wanted to just come on here today for a little bit to, again, let you guys all know that our Sync Bootcamp applications are now open. We've actually received a few applications already, so that's exciting to see some interest already coming in. And I also didn't clarify yesterday. I want to make sure this is like the top thing that you get. For those of you that want to maybe just join as a fly on the wall, right? That's the more discounted ticket. It's just $100. You can be there for the full day, sit in on any session you want to, and obviously join us for lunch. You'll have a paid lunch. You also need to fill out that application. One thing that I didn't get right yesterday was the application was requiring that you submit like your track and what your mobile DAW setup was, and that was actually just for the premium ticket holders that wanted to attend. So I do apologize for that for those of you that maybe were trying to attend and you couldn't get through the application. So I made sure I fixed that. That's no longer in the application. So now if you click on the link, it's actually in the description box of this video. You can go on there and you can actually just show and click on which one you want. Do you want to do the premium one? That is the $500 ticket that gets you the full review with Mike and I in the morning. We're going to basically go over like kind of an overview, track review, kind of like what we've been doing in Pro Feedback. If those of you guys that have been in Pro Feedback are aware of what we do there. But of course, we'll be there in person so you can ask us questions and we can give some more personalized advice for you. We'll do an overview on the premium members tickets, then we'll sort of split off. I'll take a few of you guys into a Studio B where we're going to open up your DAW session. Hopefully, if you have your own laptop and you have your own mobile computer, we can go do a deep dive into what you guys are doing with your sessions so we can kind of help you, maybe with some organizational tips, maybe with just sort of like selecting your samples, your plugins. So it helps us, it'll definitely help me to kind of see what choices you're making in your approach so that we can try to help you make more licensable, more professional sounding music. That's really the end of the game, the name of the game here. And I remember I talked about this in yesterday's stream that I have had some amazing experiences with having real in-person producers mentor me and come to my studio and help me out when I was much younger. And I want to kind of provide that same experience for all of you guys that might think that that could unlock and get you unstuck from wherever you are and help you move to that next level of making more professional music. So I'm hoping this can really do that for some of you guys that are excited about this opportunity, and we'll kind of see how that works out. So, hey, Sam, glad you joined us, man. And then after my session, you can go hop in with Mike and his business partner with Reverse Play. They are a boutique sync licensing music publisher, essentially. And they are basically the mixing and mastering gurus and experts that are going to basically open up your DAW session as well and see how did you mix, how did you master, and maybe you didn't at all, and that's totally cool. Like you kind of get to make this event your event and how you want to approach it. So what I would recommend for those of you guys that do want to get a premium ticket though is to come with your track mixed and mastered to the best of your ability and have your plugins enabled and everything so that we can see what your choices were, right? This isn't about embarrassing you or trying to just poke holes in your approach or, try to criticize you. It is so that we can have just some sort of insight into where you're going and what your thought process is and how are you organizing your session and what is your mixing approach like? Do you have sort of a methodical approach to it, or is it kind of more scattered? And there's actually really no right or wrong answer. It's just whatever works for you. I just want to know, and I think Mike is going to definitely want to know, what you're doing in your sessions in terms of your producing, mixing, and mastering, and so we can get a better idea on, how to basically potentially help you out a little bit better there. So yeah, so then we'll have a lunch break at some point in the middle of the day, and then for those of you that are going to be sort of attending as the fly on the wall ticket, you can kind of hang out wherever you want to. You can be in the sort of central networking hub where we're going to have like a couch, a kitchen, and a cool area for you guys just to hang out and talk if you want to just do that for a good chunk of the day. Or you can kind of just sit in on our sessions, on my sessions in Studio B, looking at their DAWs, talking about that. You can hop over into the Studio A where they're going to do the mixing and mastering session. So wherever you want to be, wherever you feel you're going to get best insights or just kind of split your time evenly, it's really your day. You get to decide how you want to do it. We are renting out our own private studio. We're actually renting out the entire studio space. So we actually have to rent individually 2 different rooms, Studio A and Studio B, which ensures that we're going to have the entire space to ourselves. So it's going to be nice and private just for us. It's going to be a great location. Mike and I actually already visited it, and we know the owners, and just great people, good vibes, just great great equipment, amazing speakers, amazing decor. It's just a really professional looking place. So we think this is going to be a really, really awesome just environment to do some education and help you guys listen to listen to your music and hopefully get you guys some helpful insights into what you're doing. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and copy and paste if I can do it right now. I don't know if I can do it while I'm streaming. Let me see if I can get that again. I'll get that application link I did email all of you guys if you're on my email list this morning with it, and I posted it in Sync Academy. So if you guys are in Sync Academy, you should have seen it already. And just want to make sure you guys are getting access to it. I would like to, ideally, if we can get our numbers of applications in already this week. I'd like to make these choices by end of next week, like latest, because we are about a month away from this thing, and we've already put the money down. We've already rented out the space, so it would really help us to get people that are committed to this early, that can really make sure that they're going to be showing up to this thing. I can't do it right now for some reason. Let me go ahead and go to. I bet at my YouTube channel I can probably do it. Here we go. Yeah, I'll pop it in the chat right now. Hopefully that one's coming through for you guys. So yeah, we just need to have some people that are ready to commit to this so that we can kind of see who we're working with, what your music sounds like. That's why in that application there is a little field for you to be able to put in your application, put in, a track that you think that would be helpful for us. You actually don't have to commit to that track. You can change your mind later if you'd like to. But we'd like to get a little preview into where you are with your music, the quality that you're at. If we feel we could actually be helpful for you, not everybody essentially is going to probably be needing this kind of a service, but I think a few of you guys that have been frustrated, unsure, if there's something you can be doing, maybe you're getting in your own way. I definitely know the biggest sort of pain point for us in this industry is sending your music off to tons of libraries and then getting no response. And then that huge question mark lingering is like, was it them? Are they just busy? Was it me? Could I have done something different? Is my music just not there yet? And if my music isn't there yet, what can I do differently? So we've definitely been offering a lot of feedback in our pro feedback service in the last, about 2 years or so. And that's made a big difference for a lot of you guys that have felt stuck. I've gotten some great bits of just feedback and testimonials from some of you that have been members with us, even some of you just from the very beginning, actually, that you've seen the slow and steady progress of just getting professional ears on your music to make sure that you're making different changes, or you're making like progress in your approach. But it's not even close to what we're going to be doing for Sync Bootcamp. Okay, Sync Bootcamp is going to be taking all of that, probably cramming about 2 years of feedback and everything we're doing into one day. That's kind of like, I think, as much benefit as it could possibly do. So I just think in terms of making giant leaps forward in your understanding and your awareness, and also we talked about this yesterday with Mike, training, ear training, basically making sure that you now have higher expectations for the quality of your production, your mixing and mastering. Like in one day, even just turning that up a few notches for yourself, it's going to make a big difference, so that when you go home, you're going to now realize, ooh, I can do better. Like I thought that's what the best I can do, and now I have a new awareness that I can actually push my mixes further, or maybe I can, whatever it is, right? We can have your drums hit a little bit harder. We can have your low end mixed a little bit tighter. Wherever we feel there might be some weaknesses or some areas for improvement in your mix, in your approach, you're going to now have that awareness. And I think that's a big key for a lot of people's success in this industry. It's just knowing that you can do better. I shared this yesterday, that when I first got started, I was very delusional because I didn't have a lot of that one-on-one coaching before I had somebody that helped me out. And because I didn't have an A/B comparison, I just thought I was already making music that should have been on the radio and should have been pitched to artists and should have been chart toppers. And then just going into more professional studios, interacting a little bit more and getting some more one-on-one mentorship and some just feedback, I realized very quickly, oh boy, no, I'm not there. I actually have some work to do. But now at least I have an A/B comparison to go to. So even some of those tracks from some of those producers, they let me keep some of those tracks just so I can always A/B compare where I'm at from where they're at. So I think that's going to be a really cool part of what we do there. So, all right. Vlad, welcome. I think Crunky Monkey. I'm going to guess that's how you don't have your vowels in your name, but I think Crunky Monkey. You said you got an upgraded setup. Right on. Sam, can I post a track here? You can. We're not going to be doing track reviews here, though. I don't know what you need to do for here. If you want to apply for the Sync Bootcamp, you want to be one of the premium members so that we do give you a full review, like an in-depth analysis of your music, then you do need to post your track in that application, which is in the link in the description box, but definitely not in the chat or anything like that, because we're not doing any track reviews today. So we do have what's our next track review coming up for pro feedback? I think I'm doing a live session, not this Saturday, but the next Saturday, so September 30th. If you guys are in pro feedback, usually we do those on Saturdays at 9 a.m. That'll be the next one we do for our pro feedback. If you guys want to join us for that one, it's for members only, though, of course. So Yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video today. Don't need to hang around for too long. Just wanted to, again, remind you guys that the applications are open. Please do get those filled out as soon as possible. If you have any questions, you're unsure about something, I guess comment below, email me, jesse@syncmymusic.com, but get those into me sooner than later so you're not just kind of sitting around waiting and wondering, about this event. And then before you know it, all 5 spots are going to be taken, maybe all 10, because we're going to have 5 premium and then 5 fly on the wall tickets. So we'll see what's going on. So, oh, thank you. So Crunky Monkey, yes, Crunk Monkey, cool. You said that my camera's looking sharp. Right on. I don't know the last time you were here. I've had this camera for, man, at least a year, I think now. So maybe it's been a long time since you've been here. So, but welcome back. Glad to see you again. Glad that you're joining in. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for you. I'll let you get back to your days. Hope you have a productive rest of your morning, and feel free to fill out that application in the description box or in the chat if you'd like to. So, really hope to see you guys show up there. Dale, welcome. Love what you're doing. Right on. I wish I was something like this in the Toronto area. Yeah, it's the first question we're getting from pretty much, or the first comment we're getting from most everybody. They're like, I love this idea. I can't fly out to LA. Can you do it here? Can you do it there? We've got to start small. I've got to do it somewhere where I can drive to it. I've got, a family. I've got 2 little girls. So I've got obligations. I cannot do a lot of traveling right now in my life. But, in the future, I definitely have talked to Trevor. Trevor is living out in kind of the Austin, Texas area. We talked about maybe having one over there, in the next year or so that maybe some of you that are more in the middle of the country or the East Coast, it's a little bit more feasible, not as hard to travel out there. But, we're keeping our eyes open to new experiences. But for now, we need to keep it very manageable, very local for me and for Mike. Mike obviously lives in the LA area. So for him, it's just a quick drive right around the corner. So, but you never know what we're going to do. I actually, when I first started my Sync My Music business, I was like, I'm never going to do in-person stuff. I was actually against whatever, in-person seminars and networking events and that kind of thing. And then sure enough, we just did our first Sync Up event in June, and I'm kicking myself that it took me 6 years to finally put that thing together, because it literally was one of the most rewarding events that I've ever put together, I've ever been a part of. And just to finally create a real in-person experience that's so different than what we do here virtually and digitally, which I'm not complaining. This is great. It's cool that we can kind of connect on this digital level, but it's not even close to the richness that you'll get from an in-person experience. And of course, the educational benefits you can get from the in-person experience is just not going to be even close to what you can get digitally. So that was my big awakening, to realize I need to kind of focus more on in-person events, coaching, networking. And I definitely want to also have events that aren't paid. I would like to have some just networking events where it's like, we're not necessarily going to have coaching or anything kind of like that. We might have some Q&A sessions, that kind of thing, but just more of kind of a hang where we can just let people come and hang out and find some cool spaces where we can go to. It has to be somewhere where we're probably not spending money to be there. So there's some logistics to work out there, but just something so that in various parts of the country, we can kind of all get together, sync licensing producers at large, and can kind of just, commiserate and make connections and kind of hang out with each other. That's definitely in the works as well. So just so you guys know, it's not going to all be kind of paid premium events. There's definitely going to be some sort of just free networking hangout events. I'd like to do some of those as well. So stay tuned. We got some cool stuff coming your guys' way very soon. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day.